What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Kenya, and I am so pumped for today's video because we are going on an epic adventure. If you've been here before, you know I'm all about exploring the world and connecting with its amazing people. But today we're doing something extra special. We're heading to my namesake, the one and only Kenya, and we're not just sightseeing, oh no. We're diving deep into the heart and soul of this incredible country. Get ready for a countdown adventure like no other. We're going to explore 5 absolutely breathtaking destinations, but with a twist. This isn't just about pretty landscapes. Though trust me, the views are insane. We're going to uncover the rich, vibrant cultures that make each place so unique. Ancient traditions, legendary stories, people who live in harmony with some of the world's most magnificent wildlife. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we're heading to a place that's practically legendary. The Masai Mara National Reserve. Now I know what you're thinking. Safari, the Great Migration, lions, right? And yes, you get all of that incredible wildlife action. It's like the Lion King in real life, no joke. But what truly makes the Mara so magical, what gives it its soul, is the people who have called this land home for centuries, the Maasai. When you think of the Maasai, you probably picture their iconic style. And let me tell you, it's even more stunning in person. The vibrant red shukas they wear aren't just for show. They symbolize bravery and strength, and they stand out so beautifully against the golden savanna grasses. It's a statement. It says, "We are here. We are proud." And the beadwork? Oh my goodness, the intricate beadwork is on another level. Every color, every pattern tells a story about the person's age, social status, marital status. It's like wearing your life story for the world to see, and it is absolutely fascinating. But the culture goes so much deeper than just what you can see. The Maasai have this profound, almost spiritual connection to the land and its animals. They don't just live in the Mara, they are part of the Mara. For generations, they've been pastoralists, moving with their precious cattle in a rhythm that respects the seasons and the wildlife. This isn't a culture that sees a barrier between humans and nature. It's a seamless existence, a coexistence that we could all learn so much from. All right, coming in at number 4, we are elevating our journey, literally. We're heading to the second highest peak in Africa, the majestic Mount Kenya. This isn't just a mountain for climbing. For the Kikuyu people, the largest ethnic group in Kenya, this is a sacred place. This is Kirinyaga, the place of lightness, the earthly throne of their god, Ngai. The reverence they have for this mountain is something you can feel in the air. According to Kikuyu legend, Ngai created the world and chose the stunning snow-capped peaks of Mount Kenya to rest. It's believed that Gikuyu was called to the summit to receive blessings and land for his descendants. Traditionally, Kikuyu homes were built to face the mountain. Prayers and sacrifices were always directed towards its sacred peaks. It's the ultimate spiritual compass. This deep connection shapes so many aspects of their culture. Major life events, births, initiations, marriages are all marked by rituals that honor Ngai and ancestral spirits. It's a constant living presence in their lives. Elders speak of the mountain as a living entity, a protector, and a source of life-giving water for their farms. And let's talk about those farms. The slopes of Mount Kenya are incredibly fertile. The Kikuyu are traditionally agriculturalists. They grow tea, coffee, maize, bananas. There's a beautiful harmony in their farming practices, working with the land, not against it. It reflects their respect for the provider, the mountain itself. One of the most fascinating cultural practices is the initiation ceremony. It marks the transition from childhood to adulthood. Core principles remain: responsibility, community values, respect for elders. These ceremonies feature songs, dances, teachings that link the new generation to ancestors and the sacred mountain. For our number 3 spot, we're descending from the mountains to the shimmering waters of the Great Rift Valley, Lake Naivasha. What's so amazing about this place is that it's a freshwater lake in a valley of mostly saltwater lakes, making it a total oasis for life. But the real story here is the incredible tapestry of communities that have sprung up around its shores, each living in a unique and harmonious relationship with the water. First up, the fishing communities. For generations, people here have relied on the lake for their livelihood. Get up early. Fishermen head out in simple wooden boats, their silhouettes gliding across the misty water as the sun rises. It's a peaceful, timeless scene. They know where the tilapia hide, they understand the currents, and they have a deep respect for the source of their daily bread. Their lives are dictated by the rhythm of the lake. The catch of the day determines the meals, the income, and the buzz of the local markets. When you walk through a lakeside market, it's an explosion of energy. The chatter, the bargaining, the smell of fresh fish being cooked over open coals. It's the vibrant heartbeat of the community. But there's another, more modern side to life around Lake Naivasha, the flower farms. This area is one of the world's largest exporters of cut flowers, especially roses. It's wild to think a bouquet in Europe or America could start here. These farms provide employment for thousands of people, creating entire communities with schools, clinics, and shops. It's a fascinating mix of old and new. Traditional and modern economies exist side by side, all centered around the life-giving water of the lake. And the best part? People live in ridiculously close proximity to wildlife here. This isn't a fenced-off park. And the hippos. At night, they come out of the lake to graze, and locals know to give them a wide berth. This coexistence is what makes the culture here so special. There's an unspoken understanding, a shared space. The people know the animals' habits, and the animals seem unfazed by the people. Get ready, our number 2 spot is a place of epic proportions, Red Earth. Ancient myths, incredible resilience, Tsavo National Park. Vast, wild expanse, one of the oldest and largest parks in Kenya. Its history is as dramatic as its landscape. This isn't just a place to see elephants. Feel the weight of history. The name Tsavo is believed to come from a Maasai word meaning river, but for many, it's synonymous with the legendary man-eaters of Tsavo. Back in the 1890s, during the Kenya-Uganda railway construction, 2 male lions were responsible for a series of terrifying attacks on the workers. The story became world famous. This history is woven into the identity of the park and the local culture, the Taita community. The Kamba community. This is a tough, arid environment. Living here means knowing where to find water, knowing how to read the signs of the seasons, knowing how to live alongside animals that can be a genuine threat. Elephants are seen as wise and powerful lions, as symbols of courage and danger, and the crafty hyena as a trickster. These aren't just children's stories. They are teaching tools. The red-dusted elephants of Tsavo are an iconic sight. They get their unique color from constantly spraying and rolling in iron-rich volcanic red soil. For the local tribes, these red elephants are more than a tourist attraction. They are spirits of the land. The Kamba people are renowned for their wood-carving skills: a carved giraffe, a carved lion, a carved elephant. Life here has always been intertwined with animal movements, not the Mara wildebeest migration, but more subtle seasonal movements, elephants on the move, other herbivores. Zebras drinking at a waterhole. Locals have always understood these ancient routes. Tsavo is an archaeological treasure trove. Stone Age human activity dating back thousands of years. When you're in Tsavo, you feel like a visitor in a very, very old home. And here we are, our number 1 destination. The place that, for me, captures the ultimate iconic image of Kenya, people-wildlife landscape. We are at the one, the only, Amboseli National Park. What makes Amboseli the top spot? Kilimanjaro elephants, and the people who live in the shadow of both the Masai. The view here is, without exaggeration, one of the most breathtaking sights on planet Earth. It is the single greatest backdrop for wildlife photography you could ever imagine. It's just epic. But the real stars of the show in Amboseli are the elephants. This park is famous for its massive herds of elephants, including some of the largest tuskers left in Africa. What's so special is that these elephants have been studied for decades by researchers like Cynthia Moss. Family trees, personalities, and their life stories are incredibly well documented. You're not just watching any elephants, you're watching specific families with known histories. And living right alongside these gentle giants are the Maasai people. Just like in the Mara, the Maasai of Amboseli have a deep historical connection to this land. But the dynamic here is unique. The plains of Amboseli can be dry and sparse, so competition for resources like water and grazing land between the Maasai's cattle and the wildlife could be a huge issue. But instead, They have cultivated a world-renowned model of coexistence. This is where culture becomes a tool for conservation. The Maasai have become the primary protectors of the elephants. Projects like the Maasai Olympics, which you may have heard of, were created as an alternative rite of passage to lion hunting, shifting cultural focus to conservation. Warriors now compete in athletics like spear throwing, for distance not at animals, to prove their manhood, channeling their competitive spirit into something that protects the wildlife. Imagine a Maasai warrior, draped in his red shuka, standing tall and watching over his cattle, while in the background, a huge herd of elephants walks peacefully towards a watering hole, all under the watchful eye of Kilimanjaro. This is not a staged photo op. This is the daily reality in Amboseli. The Maasai here have a saying: "We are the neighbors of the wildlife." It implies a relationship of mutual respect, of shared space, of giving and taking. They understand that the health of the ecosystem is directly tied to their own well-being. The tourists who come to see the elephants bring income that helps build schools and clinics for their communities. It's a circle of life that works. Their cultural knowledge is vital. The Maasai guides in Amboseli are some of the best in the world. They can recognize individual elephants, tell you their family history, and interpret their behavior. And that is a wrap on our countdown adventure through the heart of Kenya. From the legendary plains of the Masai Mara, to the sacred slopes of Mount Kenya, the harmonious shores of Lake Naivasha, the epic history of Tsavo, and the breathtaking views of Amboseli. What an incredible journey. It's just so amazing to see how culture and nature are not separate here. They are completely woven together, creating this beautiful, resilient, and vibrant tapestry of life. I honestly can't decide which one was my absolute favorite. Each place had its own unique magic, its own powerful story. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 destinations captured your heart? Was it the dancing warriors, the sacred mountain, the rose farms, the red elephants, or that iconic view of Kilimanjaro? Comment your #one spot. I read every single one, and I'm so curious to see which place resonated with you the most. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure with me. Your support means the world. If you had fun and want to join me for more explorations of incredible cultures and destinations around the globe, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.